Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where the orchard of wisdom shows are at your fingertips. It ignites your soul, your heart, your spirit, your mind, and your body with illumination from people who have made the journey before you. They're here now to help you on your journey, on your path of self-discovery. We are funded by you, the audience, and the people we interview. If you wish to support us, please go to selfdiscoverymedia.com and press on our Fund Action button. Anything is appreciated. We'd like you to sit back and enjoy the shows. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life and her Pearls Wisdom series, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. So this week, priorities. Do we set those priorities? We set goals and we think that we have to drop everything to get to them, got to push forward all the time, when very often the universe is pushing back. It's saying, no, slow down. You're missing points along the way because you're rushing through it. You are taking a path that really is not the path you're meant to take to get to your achieved goal. Or maybe your achieved goal isn't where you're meant to be. There's also the priority of pacing oneself, priority of family, friends, time with yourself. We aren't meant to be on full speed ahead or in fifth gear all the time. That's the reason why there are so many gears. It's about pacing ourselves and looking at what's important in our lives. I recently, in the last 2 weekends, have spent with my daughter and grandson. The first weekend was covering she was working at nights right now, horrible schedule, midnight to 8 a.m. with a baby, which is very, very difficult. So I was down there for a few days helping out there, came home for 2 days, did some shows, and then went back down. And then it was my son-in-law's birthday, so I was there to cover them going out for dinner and actually having a date night. And then the whole family came over on the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That means my ex, the grandfather. That means my son and his girlfriend and daughter, my daughter and her boyfriend, and even the grandparents on Rob's side. And it was a house full to celebrate Rob's birthday and then little one's, Rowan's birthday, who was turning 1. It really is a special, special time to have everybody at the table, everybody there. We were all singing songs because Tabitha's boyfriend, Ryan, is actually a child's performer. He goes and sings all those wonderful songs to children at all the preschools and introduces them to music. And he gave us a wonderful performance for little Roro. And little Rowan was fascinated with the guitar and would go and touch the guitar and he would bounce up and down. And it was really wonderful. And the 3 of us bought him instruments because we kind of see the rhythm in him. And it was really a wonderful few days, but exhausting. And my poor daughter had to go to work 4 nights in a row, working the graveyard shift. And we also got a call because little Roro is at daycare and he got a call from someone at daycare, gave it to dad, gave it to me, spread it around. We all came home with sniffling noses, short prices, small price to pay for it all. But if I have a deadline, 4th of April is my 10th year anniversary of podcasting, and I've got a lot to do, a lot I want to present for that time period. But if I had said, no, I can't do that because I've got this deadline, I would have missed out on the precious moment of family and an event, of things that you can't ever repeat, not in the same way. And this is the priority that we have to set for ourselves. I came back not feeling well. The 2 days I quickly did 2 shows and then collapsed. The next day I had a show cancel on me because she was sick. And so I took care of myself and now back at it again and full steam ahead. We have to listen to those signs in life, like this is not the time to push. This is the time just to take a breath, look at what needs to be dealt with right now. Is it your health? Is it your family? Is it even taking a step back and looking at your business from a different point of view, or your job, your career, your life, your friends, everything? Sometimes a pause is extremely important. So I would love you to write down what you think is your priority in your life. Yeah, you have a goal that you would like to achieve. You have something that by this age I would like to be. That's a goal. That's a plan. But it doesn't mean you have to follow the plan to the letter of the T to get there. It just means that's where you would like to be there. Or maybe it's the way you would like to feel. And the universe will give you that journey and that feeling when you choose to be in tune with yourself, when you choose to allow yourself to be present in the moment, to pay attention to the signs, to what's going on right now, and it will direct you forward into where you're meant to go and what you're meant to be doing. It always does. It will always lead you right because that's what it's here to do. So I would love you to write down what is your priority in life. And I hope that you are at the top of the list. Now, this isn't about egoism, narcissism, self-importance, but it is about the importance of self. You see, if you are fortified, if you rested well, if you're eating well, exercising well, pacing yourself well, being able to have a full rounded life, good work that you enjoy, family that you love, friends that you enjoy being with, that time alone, either to exercise, walk, do this, do that, that's a whole life. And if you're living in that, then you will always succeed in anything that you do. But the moment you give one thing more priority over the other at the expense of the other things, then it's going to cost you. Now, I have a deadline right now. I've had my fun. And for the next 2 weekends, I am foot to the pedal to get into that fifth gear to try and meet that deadline. But one thing I'm not going to do is beat myself up if I don't quite get it all done. Because quite honestly, who is it important to? It's important to me because the way I want to present my 10th anniversary of podcasting. But if I don't achieve it, I don't achieve everything I want to do. That's okay. We put so much pressure on to achieve something. For whom? To impress whom? And some people would just glaze over, yeah, that's wonderful, da, 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 and on to the next. It's got to be your own achievement for you, that you really know that you've stepped up into doing something that is going to make a positive difference in the lives of others. It is making a positive difference in the life of you. So take that time to pause, to reflect, to maybe even pivot, to look at what really is important, what really or where your priorities really should be, and make sure you are at the top of that list. Because the more well and abundant you are, the more your cup runneth over. Then look at your family. Now, many people are living away from their family, but that doesn't mean you can't set up a Zoom time, a phone call, or maybe even a trip to go and see someone. Friends, you know, you haven't seen them in a while. There's been lockdowns, there's been this, been that. You want to make sure that you see them. Set up a date where you can get to see everyone. Let's just go out and have some fun. Or come on over now the restrictions are lessened. Let's still be cautious though, okay? We don't want to repeat any more viruses. We want to move on. And you know, getting back to the gym, or it's springtime, so now this is the time of kind of getting out there and doing something wonderful for yourself, you know, maybe jogging, maybe biking, maybe swimming, maybe walking, whatever, dancing in the street, whatever it is. Go and do something that is good for you, for your health, your well-beingness. Please understand this. I don't care what you do or how important it is. If it's costing you your health, your well-being, your equilibrium, your stress level, that it's not serving anyone. The more enriched you are, the more you love doing what you're doing, the more equilibrium and balanced and passionate you are about it, the more you will serve. And the more other people will want to work with you. That's what it's all about, right? So set those priorities, write them down. Put on the calendar. I'm taking that weekend off. I'm taking this time off for me. Nope, don't ask me to do anything on that day. It's a me day, right? Or sometimes when you just feel really, really tired and run down and you know you just simply can't meet those goals today, it's okay to say, I can't. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of inner strength. It's a sign of honoring yourself. Because again, if you're not abundant in who you are, how can you serve anyone else? So set those priorities. I have some goals that I want to achieve this year. Those books that I've been talking about, my 10th anniversary, a new site. I run into some problems, some frustrations, some things that are very difficult for me to do, and I've got to work my way around it. And I may not meet that goal. But does that mean I'm any less of a person, or anything I have here is any less of a value? No. It just means that I didn't get there, but I'll get there eventually. It's okay to also ask for help, folks. It's okay to also say, you know what, I've taken on too much. I've bitten off more than I can chew. And it's okay to kind of spit some things out and say, get to you later. Prioritize. Prioritize what is important to you. Is it that end goal of achievement that you'll get a few pats on the back, but now you're depleted, you're exhausted, you've cost your family, your friends, your own health, your own bank account? Been there, done that, I know. Pace yourself. Value yourself. Invest in yourself. Nurture and love yourself. And do whatever you do with love in your heart. Don't do it for approval. Don't do it for accolades. Don't do it to impress someone. The only person you need to impress is you. Did you give it your all? Within the parameters of balance? Are you doing it because it really means something to you? Is it really serving other people in a way that enriches their lives? Well, I would say then you're on the right track. So folks, it's my pulse of wisdom for this week, priorities. And I would like you to write them down. All the priorities that you think are important to you. All the priorities that you know that are important to others, family, friends, health. Then look at how you can find a balance. Where on your calendar you can book days off for that. Set those priorities, set those schedules, manage your time, manage the way you're doing things. And remember, everything must always be in balance, in a good equilibrium, because if not, if it's out of balance, that's when things start going topsy-turvy. So I wish you all a wonderful week. I will see you next week. Who knows which word, but this work, it's about prioritizing you. Take care, folks. Bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. Please tune in to our selfdiscoverymedia.com/shows and you will see all the other genres that we have from you. Every week on Tuesday, we bring you new shows from illuminating people. If you know someone that should be interviewed, please contact us at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com. Now stay tuned for your next show.